All right, I think I'm just about to start. Give me a second to send out the link.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, not much. Okay, so we're live. Next up is Dead Fellas.
Oh, you're live. I'm gonna join. Hang on.
Ooh, what did I press?
If only we could play this game multiplayer.
Yeah, I think that takes a level of modding knowledge that we will never get in this game.
Yeah. Don't underestimate Wojtek.
Completely. Oh, there was a guy. Do you remember Chickenhead? He came on
No.
to the he came onto the Discord. He's the reason that I got promoted to an admin on the Discord server, actually. But he came on with his idea for a mod and a story he was writing. And the mod was supposed to be like a full overhaul sequel mod, right? Which, okay, I'm writing a similar thing, but it is a little bit much. And the story was, oh, how did he pitch it? What's his face is the first human ghost master, and he's 17 years old. Okay, starting off poorly, but okay. And he just, whenever you asked him any question about it, that's what he would tell you. You try to ask, so hey, what's the plot? Oh, I forgot to. Hold on, I have to go back. You ask him, what's the plot? Well, this is blah blah blah. Who's the villain? Blah 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 blah. He just never gave you any answer except what's his face is the first mortal ghost master, and he's a 17-year-old kid. It's like, okay, you don't actually have a plan for this, do you? That was fun. I was trying to like teach him the basics of storytelling, like, you know, you need to have a story to tell. He never got it, but in which room?
You mean in the you yeah? There's a bit of a lag on the stream. I was talking about Ghoul Room.
Oh, the ghoul room. Really? There are? Okay, well, next
Yeah,
time.
we saw it on your stream. It's in the corridor with all the witch and stuff.
Oh, okay. Next time I'm in there, I'm gonna have to take a look at it. You'll have to point it out to me.
Yeah,
Okay, so,
but we were talking about it yesterday. That yeah, you have your idea of a story, and we were like writing earlier that I have my ideas too, and he had his, and I think everyone who plays Ghostmaster like has some ideas for.
their plan, their other haunting idea that they think would be fun, and I think that's a great thing about the game. And
Yeah,
that part was actually not poorly done. He had a lot of good ideas that you just needed to expand on in his outline. But
yeah, but the concept of it, like if you imagine a ghost society like Ghostmaster's one or even Beetlejuice's one, you can imagine anything really, because like anyone from any time periods in the past could be like a ghost and have their own story, and every ghost could have like a scenario around them.
yeah, well, the thing I loved is that you could put almost any crossover you wanted, and like probably not something like Danny Phantom because you know they have a set afterlife, and it would conflict. But you could plug almost any fandom or interest. Harry Potter. Harry Potter doesn't really have a set afterlife. You can plug Ghostmaster into it as your afterlife.
I don't think I would be disinterested in seeing a Ghostmaster crossover with anything.
Yeah, I think it would be really fun.
But you could do it like pop culture references. Like this is, we have witches in Ghostmasters, so you could say, "Oh, this is the witches' school," and this is like a big castle.
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of British people.
There's a lot of British. It just randomly has a lot of British people. Don't question it. Okay,
But
this guy's lucky. Come on, come on, play a game. Yeah, he's going. Jude, you want to like turn around and just walk in there for me? That'd be great. What are you doing up here? You never come up here. Oh, November, are you watching,
Yeah.
by the way? I'm not watching chat, so hold on, let me just... Because it says we got 2 people watching. I don't know if I count as one of those people, though.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, do I? Okay. Because I'm not actually on, like, the proper page. I'm on that. That's stupid. That shouldn't be the way it works. If I scare you, will you run in there? Let's try.
That could totally work. But yeah, I think like everyone has ideas, but nobody can do them actually right now.
Hopefully soon, though.
Oh yeah, we're getting closer for sure.
Okay. Hello, Jude. Hey, Jude. That's a reference.
Don't make it bad.
Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to go visit the piano! Great, we got him. Once I do that, I can just scare the Dawn off the ship. I like how it says make him believe, and then really, you're thinking, oh, I have to drive his belief all the way up. No, you just scare him to death.
Yeah.
It's way easier.
I usually scare everyone away first, though.
Oh, really? I mean,
Yeah.
chaos is fun once you get people... No, wrong one, this one.
Oh, I was looking earlier at some concept arts, and there are actually some renders they did for the game for promotion. And you know the ghost with like with the ghost in this scenario. I think her name is Flash something.
Yeah, Flash Jordan right here. Jordan.
Yeah, Flash Jordan. Okay.
Oh, that's funny. I just got that.
Well, yeah, me too. When you said it out loud, it sounded obvious. Well, she had a full face before.
What did I do to force him to believe? Oh, possessing him drove up his belief way high. That's so cool. I mean, terrible, because now I have to be really careful, or else I scare him away before I'm done.
Yeah, he can't run away while you're possessing him, though. I think.
Oh, he can't? No, but if
Yeah,
he
if
gets full belief, then the game ends too, and...
I'm not sure he does if you possess him, but I wouldn't put my...
Yeah, I'm not gonna put any money on that yet.
Yeah.
I got her, so I can actually put her back if I wanted.
But yeah, look at what I put on the Discord. She had a full face before.
Did she? Hold on, I have to jump over there. Oh, wow. She's kinda really pretty, too.
Well, I mean, better looking than now, for sure.
Yeah, by far the most attractive member of the haunting group, given that she's competing with Electrospasm and Weather Witch. Yeah, they had to pull off half of her face to make it fair for all the others.
Yep. And I'm this is sad that there isn't like a full head blue murder. Otherwise, I could have tricked you and say no. She used to have a full face, and you would have believed it.
I probably would have. I'm fairly gullible like that.
No, but you said yesterday that you thought she had a full face.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought she did. I completely missed the fact that she was missing her jaw.
Yeah, and you know, when I was looking at the concept arts and I seen this render, I thought something is off with this, but I can't quite put my finger on it. And then it was obvious. She's missing like a... Well, she has a second half of a face. She don't normally have.
Don Bartholomew is terrified to enter the... I love that mortals get terrified to enter rooms they've had bad experiences in. I don't know why that is, or how they did it, but it's just such a great... It's just such a great
Yeah.
detail.
I love how the models can actually get electrocuted like 5 times and still just walk around.
Oh yeah, that too. Like, electricity in this game is super wacky. It's just terrible. Okay, so where are we on the whole Jude Cloud situation? He's in his bedroom doing random stuff. Oh, is he gonna start exercising? Boo, save us all from this, please. No, you're going the wrong way! How has no one gotten lured down here yet? I'm doing, like, thunderclaps, right? That's what they want.
Is there... I don't see any new members on this map. New mortals.
I noticed that, too. I have that mod enabled.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to continue your game, I believe, if you didn't.
Yeah. So I'm wondering why... Maybe he didn't add it. This might be one of the maps that was just too balanced to add people in.
Yeah, maybe knowing this weird game, maybe it's even hard-coded.
That could be true. Yeah.
I know there was a bunch of hard-coded stuff in the game, and that caused problem to Wojtek and November.
Such a strange game.
Yeah. Do you stream anything or play anything on your YouTube channel?
Not really anymore. I don't really stream unless I'm doing something like this where I have a specific thing. I've done some Ghostmaster stuff, but anytime I start a playthrough, it gets deleted from my computer or otherwise starts glitching out and I lose the save. So I've never finished
Nah.
one. Even though
That's
I've tried
Ghostmaster for you.
twice. Okay, why are you not? You have to be.
But this is sad that you didn't start this game with the ghost, the last ghost, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, because I really like that mod. Makes my life super fun. Not easy, but fun.
Yeah, and it's only like 4 ghosts. Like, imagine with all the missing ghosts.
Oh, I don't even know how you guys are going to find room in the ghoul room for all of them. Why are you not doing your job? You have one job. Pick on this guy. He's standing right there. Useless. There.
I don't even know how many there are myself, but I know there are more than what the forums know.
Well, I know that there was some stuff they would put out on the marketing material that was like over 100 ghosts to free. So I
Oh boy.
don't know. Yeah, you got your work cut out for you because there's like maybe 50 ghosts in the base game, I think.
Yeah, I thought there was like a lot missing. I know there are. I didn't read like the whole thing, but I know there are a lot of missing ghosts.
Come on, Jude. Take a sad song and sing it to the pianist. Yes.
Oh, his name is Jude. I didn't get the joke earlier.
Yeah.
I thought you were just making a random Beatles reference,
No,
and I was
actually,
fine with it.
I'm not a big Beatles fan either. I just know that one song.
See, he just walks in there and it works. You don't. He can be running.
Yeah, it's true. It's amazing. Great.
You didn't even use Fool's Errand. You used the method we talked about last stream.
No, at that time I did actually use Fool's
Oh.
Errand, but I had tried
Oh,
the method
didn't.
earlier. He just decided instead of running here, he decided to run out to the deck. Okay, so with him
Okay,
taken
but you-
care of-
You can totally see how this could happen. That he just runs in the room and it works.
Oh yeah, I could totally imagine that. Would be perfect. Stop doing that and don't do your thing until I put you down here. Great. Now someone come down here and fix the bilge. That's
I
not
had
the
so
right-
much. I had so much trouble with the water ghost on this level when I was a kid.
The water ghost on this level is super finicky and decides sometimes, you know what, I don't want to work today.
Yeah, and also there is like an obvious solution that doesn't work, and this is insane that it doesn't work. But when you use flood, in the room, it doesn't work. It's not how you have to do it.
Yeah, I know, right? Or like
And
putting
this
an
is like,
electrical ghost on this thing.
yeah, and there are like so many solutions that you're like, this should work. Why doesn't it?
I think if I just break it enough, it should work, right?
Ah, maybe I'll talk with Wojtek about actually fixing that. I don't know if we can like fiddle with ghost conditions.
Okay, where is Don Bartholomew and how can I terrify you? How may I terrify you, sir?
No, but you gotta make them run first, like every other person. Don't you want to go wild a bit?
I do, but I also want a good time. So... Wait, when did I start caring about time? Never mind, let's make some chaos!
Yeah, put everyone in one room and just scare them.
Wait, that's it? That's... Okay, what are the physics behind that? He's picking up the burners. That should not be... And that doesn't terrify you, it makes you believe in ghosts, I guess. I don't know why malfunctioning appliances make people think of ghosts. Honestly, it doesn't make sense. Come on, come on, come on, come on, go.
Well, to be fair, if your electric furniture started floating, maybe it's a bit worse than just malfunctioning.
That's true. Very true. Oh, he was on the stairs. Bloody stairs. Turn around. What are you doing?
Yeah, what is he even doing down there?
I don't even know why he's down here in the first place, but then he's like, I think I need to flip this switch a few times. Oh, hey, you are in right. Run into the dead end to get away. Yeah, that's a smart idea. Moron.
But yeah, you see that when you use Spooky Surprise and such, the ghosts actually take like physical form. So
Yeah.
every like green stuff and transparency is done in the game, not in the models themselves.
I love this part. I always end up just focusing on him, even if I want to focus on like everyone.
I never do. That's the craziest part. All of the time, I just scare people away like I do on every maps, and he just happens to like be scared enough at some point. But to be fair, I have very bad times on this map too.
This is actually shaping up to be one of my best times in this map. It's gone really
Yeah,
well for me.
you are really quick. I was surprised myself. The trouble in this map usually is fingers.
Fingers can't.
This one's
Fingers
pretty-
is a pain.
And this can be pretty tricky. But everything went quite smooth here. But I found this map very hard to do fast, even if I were to focus on the dude.
I don't know why she's doing gusts and not terrorize. It's because she hates efficiency. You are like turned up. Yeah, you are turned up. I don't know.
You know, we talked yesterday about the music in this game, and so I looked up and I told you the guy did the music for No Man's Sky, you know. And I looked it up. And he did the same way he did Ghostmaster. He did it like procedural sounds adding up, and he even did a full conference on how he did music that way. I mean, he kind of started doing it with like the Ghostmaster days, and now he's doing it in No Man's Sky. So it's working out real good for him.
Yeah, it's definitely a novel idea.
Yeah, and it's so weird too. Like, it doesn't work outside of the game. I tried to listen to the soundtrack, and apart from the music that were obviously like handmade, you know, procedural music like doesn't quite hold up outside of the game, but
Well,
in the
yeah,
game it's like it works like so well.
which is perfect. That's what it needs to be. That's what a good. What am I doing? No, stop that. That's what a good soundtrack
Yeah.
should do.
Exactly.
I love how terrible the Immortals taste in music is, though. Like, it's this funky beat kind of stuff, and it's just terrible. Exactly. It is just awful. It's really awful.
Well, that's not everybody. Judah has a fine tune.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, no, you went the wrong way. I mean, technically he can't go the wrong way. He's the one deciding where he wants to go, but
How hard? How hard would it be to mod into the game, replace the tune by Hey Jude?
actually, that should be one of the easiest mods you could ever make, because you just have to drop it into the sound file. You don't need, you
Yeah.
just have to change the, yeah.
I think so too.
I think they save in OGG format, don't they?
Yeah, but I think you can actually drop any file in there. It works.
Oh, really? Okay, here's a question.
that reminds me.
What's
No,
that?
go ahead.
Why is one of these an electrical fetter, and one of them is an electrical, emotional, and violence fetter? Like, what happened on this one anchor?
That's actually a really good question. Maybe that's where fingers die,
Oh, that's a good thought.
or like any of the ghosts that died on this place.
Probably Fingers, because he's the one that got dropped in the pond.
Yeah. But that reminds me when I was a kid and I was fiddling with the game files, because I always did, and now it turns into modding, but I always did look into it because there is so much in there. Since the game is pretty much unfinished, there is like they need so little cleanup that there are a lot of files that are unused and like weird stuff in there. And so when I was fiddling with that, I actually found like when you launch the game, the Sick Puppies logo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like stored as I think MP4 or AVI or just a regular format. So I replaced them with like some videos I had, and it was like some dumb French skit. And it was so surreal to just launch the game and see like two dudes talking in French and saying dumb stuff, and just the game starts.
Oh, you can do all sorts of fun stuff with that.
Yeah, you can replace I know you can replace video files like when you're 8 years old. When you're 8 years old, so I think it wouldn't be that hard to replace music files.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could also, like, Wojtek is working really hard on this. He might pull that out, edit it, and add in his own splash onto the end of that Sick Puppies logo
Oh, that would be great.
with his name on it, because this complete edition, it's a lot of work. You
Yeah,
guys-
I want my name on it too.
Yeah. And the credits are also stored as a video format. They're not generated on the spot, which a lot of credits nowadays are.
One person from the complete edition team had remade the Sick Puppies logo, so we could actually remake the Sick Puppies animation.
Bartholomew has fled in terror.
Interesting.
He will not deny our existence
Yeah.
lightly.
Okay, let's look at this time. This has got to be a good time. Skip. What? 15 minutes? They want me to do this in 15 minutes?
No, this is insane. I know.
That's loony. 20 minutes is a good time for Dead Fellas. Oh,
Yeah, I know. This is one of the most insane maps to clean.
We're doing
like-
face packs and broomsticks. It's a fun, lighthearted one. Oh, but this is New Game Plus edition, so maybe it's not fun and lighthearted. Okay, let's see. Not Wendell. I don't know why Wendell, Quiver. I don't know why those two exist. They're so useless. Okay, we're gonna get rid of Cogjammer and replace him with you. We're gonna
Quiver is actually the best one of them.
Really? I've never used it.
He has Fool's Errand and Quake.
does he? Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
he
this-
does.
Elementals have subverted
This is like one of the best ghosts from the game.
Now your own
He's way better than Boo.
be immune to the witch's
Okay,
magic.
so this level also doesn't have any new people. So I think I messed something up. Hold on, we're gonna quit the game.
Yeah, maybe try to like launch one of the older levels, since you know
That's true.
you
Okay,
you know there are some of them there.
jump over here and see if it has all of the people.
Empty Hell Street
No,
precinct
it
station
doesn't.
of all
I messed
mortal
something up.
presence.
Oh, once again, it strikes again. Something messes up on your second stream, and you never get to finish the game.
Oh no. Alright. Oh, okay, so I had rejected ghosts on too, that's weird.
Oh, maybe that's why it didn't work.
Yeah, so I turned off all of those extras. Let's try launching it again.
No, if you had rejected his ghost on, maybe you just leave it on.
Well, yeah, but it also wasn't working with the new game plus stuff.
No,
so-
maybe it was. Maybe it was. You don't know.
I didn't
you
see
can't
any
know.
rejected ghosts though. I hadn't seen.
No. But yeah. Okay, so this is a confusing thing that Wojtek did in some recent update. But now you have to unlock them.
You have to unlock them. How do you unlock them?
Yeah, they like unlock passing at each act. They unlock, so you don't know if you have them or not. But if you use F5, you unlock them all at once.
Oh.
But yeah, I would suggest leave it on if you had it activated.
I just pressed F5 and I got the rattle change sound.
Maybe it's F3. I can't remember. But yeah,
Jump back over here, see if they're on now. The extra people.
yeah, and you deactivate it too, so it makes sense that F5 wouldn't work.
Empty Hell Street
Yeah.
precinct station.
Okay, so I got the people back, which means should we play Deadfellows again? Because I don't know what he changed in it. Let's play Deadfellows again.
Okay.
Or
Okay, maybe try to see if you can get the rejected ghosts too. If you can just put mods on and off, maybe you can get your ghosts.
Believes there
Yeah.
are no ghosts.
I'm not gonna play this level again, but I do want to
Prove
jump
him
in real quick to
Make
check
him
on the people
believe.
he added.
Yeah.
Christina, Chrissy.
Oh, there are lots. Oh, of course he added the plungers,
Oh yeah, the divers, the scuba.
the divers. That's a better word.
I'm like,
The plunger is the thing you. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, I remember seeing those. I remember seeing those portraits when I was a kid and I was fiddling with the game, and I was like, where do they come in? And you know, there is like some 2003 demo. There was a demo at the time, but none of us got to play it because it was like given to the journalist and stuff. And it had the old version of this level. It was a sheep under the sea.
oh, is that an old version of this level, or is that a second level that took place on the ocean? Because I had read
I'm
about
pretty-
it. I had read about it, but I thought it was always just like another level.
I'm pretty sure it used to be this level, and this is where Thorn was.
Okay, I'm gonna quit out to the launcher again and see if I can add in rejected ghosts, and if it won't break everything. Because we just took a quick peek at all the people, and they look amazing. And once again, November should be very proud of his work. Where does this lady come from? I've never seen her before.
I think she's just a regular model from the game.
Yeah, I know, but I don't recognize her, which is weird, because I recognize all the mortals from this game.
But what's behind her, I think, is the unused mention.
Yeah, well, not completely unused. It was readapted into the Ghosts Ghoul Room.
Yeah. This is the first. This is the first level I would do if I was to remodel it.
That would be, well, yeah, because you already have the base of the Ghoul Room and a lot of photos of what it was supposed to look like. And
Yeah, even like a top-down view of it, so it's really easy to model.
so like
You
my
didn't
girl's
use
gonna be there or something.
you,
I pressed
you didn't use F5, did you?
I did a number of times. Hold on, I'm gonna exit again and make sure I actually turned it on. Because there's a very real chance I completely forgot to do that part. No, Rejected Ghosts is on.
I think you have to use F5 on the Gravenville map.
Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna
Or maybe it's F3 or maybe F2, I'm not sure. One of those.
just click all the Fs. I'm also gonna
I
make sure
don't-
that it doesn't like break all the unused mortals, because that's kind of the point of playing the game. I'd love to have
Sure.
both.
Beep, boop, beep, boo, doo, boop, boop, bee, doo. Oh, I could send you the challenge thing, but I think Wojtek posted it on the forums. You know what I was talking about earlier with like the buyers randomly changing.
Yeah. Also, did you know that pressing all the F buttons, they all make different sounds from the game?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a thing Wojtek added, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I know.
The
I'm gonna have to replay the game now.
empty Hell Street
Okay, no,
racing
so
station of
Rejected
all
Ghosts and November's mod conflict. So I assume I
Well,
don't
we-
get the benefits of either.
Well, we can't know that for sure because you didn't. Well, your save file is already launched without it, I think.
That's true. However, when I activated Rejected Ghosts, all of the November's New Game Plus mortals disappeared from the game.
Yeah, no, this definitely isn't working right now with the current situation. But I don't think we can just yet say that this is not compatible.
That's true, because
because
we are starting from
We would have
where
to.
sort of
Yeah, we would have to try it from scratch because Wojtek does say that you cannot activate a rejected ghost in the middle of a game.
So then I guess next time I launch, well, once we finish this playthrough and I, start my next playthrough, because there's always a next playthrough, I'll have to I'm gonna try Quiver this time, because you say
Yeah,
he's
hopefully
useful.
Hopefully there will be some other rejected ghost by then.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna flip this real quick.
Yeah, Quiver is my boy. I love him.
Have subverted the witch's circle of protection.
I love that a lot of people
Now
don't know
your
this is a
own
thing.
hunters
I
will
just
be
decided
immune
one day I
the
wanted to
witch's
try it.
magic.
What?
Flipping the circle.
What do you mean?
You can flip the witch's circle so that it protects your ghosts.
How? Why? How? How you do?
You just put elementals on all the spots.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know you could. Oh, it's such a cool trick because it makes you entirely immune to them.
This is insane.
So we're gonna talk to you. I wish there was
Why
a
does
better way to free these ghosts, because these two ghosts are miserable to free. Although I'm wondering if adding all these people is gonna change the dynamic and sort of. Oh, yeah. The best part is you don't even have to have them all bound to the circle after that point. As long as they all exist. As long as they all exist in the world, like you don't bench any of them. Then they
Really?
are all, yeah. It's great.
And why didn't I know that?
I don't know. So we're gonna put you outside, and then make
But
a
it's-
storm.
So they did try to make elementals useful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they tried all the time to make elementals useful. It's just that they aren't. Like, there's puzzles you need them for, but other than that,
Yeah, and
they're
this is the only reason you would have an elemental on your team.
Yeah, stuff like this, or
Well,
like freeing other
okay.
elementals, or when you're trying to play with the weather for other weather puzzles.
Yeah, but this is only elemental stuff. I mean, elemental only work with elementals. Except for this, so this is actually interesting.
Yeah.
And I think they really are the least interesting visually too. They all look the same. At least water and hair all look the same.
Yeah.
Fire, they did some stuff. And this is why I'm so angry that Thorn isn't in the game, because this is a water ghost that actually looks like something.
But Thorn isn't technically a elemental. Thorn is a main.
Yeah, but this is a water ghost.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
And
he
this is
binds to
what's-
water, but he isn't an elemental. He's not really an elemental. He has all of the powers of. I can't remember if he's technically a main or a white, but he's one of them. Which means he's actually the ghost of a guy who lived and died. Elementals aren't really ghosts in the strictest sense.
No. Yeah.
Whatever happened to the headphone guy that I set on fire? I can't ever remember which one that is because they didn't change his photo in here.
Oh, this could be modded too.
Yeah, cool.
This is just some quality of life stuff. I'm gonna write it down. Headphones on the dude.
Headphones for the headphone dude.
Yeah.
He just set him on fire and he fainted. Oh, that's great. I mean, not great because I didn't get what I wanted done, but great because he's. And they can't pick up fire extinguishers to put him out. Oh, I love this
Nope.
game too much.
It's just gonna stay in fire.
I kind of like that all these guys came back because they're funny.
Yeah.
It is Garrett's loyal crony, almost drowned as a child. Gary seeks to use magic to avenge the death of Wendell, the class clown. I feel like, and this is more of a note for November than you, because you guys need to change these bios out, because these bios change based on the scenario, and these guys still have the same bios, which is fine for these two, but this one it doesn't fit anymore.
Yeah, I'm surprised November didn't change them. I thought it did.
Well, I pasted.
I mean, it did for-
bios.
It did for Dr. Kraus.
Okay, who else? Ted. Fires make him very nervous. Can I use that? Because I have a fire ghost now. Where are you?
I never use phobia.
I know, but it's so much fun.
Yeah. I see it as a waste of time, but this is probably useful if you want to get the best scores. I just think there are too many mortals to think about everyone's phobia.
Run! Get out! Why are you so useless at everything? You're in a room that's on fire and you're just standing there. I mean, to be fair, you are also on fire, but just leave.
This is pretty great. It doesn't want to leave.
Come on.
Why don't you just fool Aaron him?
Oh, I can do that. Oh, I wonder why I never thought of that. What's his name? That's Tony Tuplo. Pick on Tony Tuplo.
This is why I love Quiver so much. As soon as I get Quiver, I just use him to spam Fool's Errand. Like, he's so useful in the hospital because you can actually Fool's Errand, and I think he also has like intrigue.
He has Insane Invitation, which is like Intrigue, but like the worst version of
Yeah.
it in the game.
Yeah, so he has like an invitation, Fool's Errand, and Quake. This is like a. He's so multitask. I love him.
What just happened? Look at that! Everyone's freaking out.
They all went into the stairs.
I love fire ghosts. They're some of my favorite.
Yeah, I love Arclight. Arclight is one of my favorite ghosts.
Arclight's great, but the fact that he's just on the corpses is really irritating.
Yeah, but you can easily make him possess someone.
That's true.
Like think of the hospital. There is like one corpse in there, and it's like in a random office next to on a skeleton on the wall.
Technically,
But
there's
once
two.
you-
There's also the one that Bridget's bound to. Actually, I think there's one by Bridget too. There's a couple corpses in the morgue, but they're all out of the way.
The thing is, once just one mortal goes in there, then he possesses them, and he's just go around and make everything fire.
That's true. And that's probably the best thing about him, because like if I want to do that with Firetail, I have to put him on a gift. But Arclight can spread fire and chaos anywhere.
Also, something that I love really much, that I really underused when I was a kid, and now when I play the game, it's the best thing ever. It's like the rabbits and their presents. The presents are so good.
The presents are amazing. They're some of my favorite.
And this is when the game starts to get strategic, because you can actually use presents to bind multiple ghosts after that, and then it just gets like real crazy and like combo and stuff, and this is when it gets real interesting for me.
Where's Blair? Oh,
Because the multiple ghost presence is just, it's insane. You can like bind 4 ghosts to it, I think,
where's
and
Tony?
it doesn't make.
Tony is so stressed out. It's great. Blair, where are you? Blair, baby, come here. Talk to Quiver. He's my best friend. You're gonna love him. You're gonna love him. Come on, Quiver, do your thing. Quiver. Oh, hey, someone's gonna set on fire. You can always tell because the embers start going everywhere. Quiver, why are you so useless at everything? Oh, because you haven't recharged. I'm sorry, that's my fault. I should be nicer. Where's Tony? Tony? Oh, Tony does have headphones on. Interesting. I guess I just didn't notice that.
Oh no, he has headphones on. Can hear us.
Oh no, Tony, look out. Oh no, he has his Proto AirPods on.
He got AirPods on.
Hear us.
Look out, there's Quiver. Oh no, he can see us.
He can't see us. Oh, you know the best thing about him? I think he's the only moving electrical fetter in the game, so he's the only person I can do this to. Oh, I don't have enough power. Later I have plans for him. That was great. But imagine a walking surge box. Or like
Sure.
you're just walking down the hall and with your headphones in, and suddenly a guy in an electric chair appears on top of your head. Who are you gonna hit? No! She's going the wrong way! Get back here, Blair! Blair! Blair!
I mean, if this game was made today, everybody would have an electric feather.
This is true. 2020 update to Ghostmaster. Adding electrical fetters to every mortal in the game, except that one hobo dude, because there's no way he has a phone. We just wanted to go for the realism, you know? Oh.
I mean, even in 2003, if this game was realistic, Electric Feather would be the best one out of them all. By a lot. And it's kind of the case already, but it would be even worse.
Oh, I love how Firetail just sets people on fire randomly. It's great. But I
Hey,
do-
November joined!
Oh, did he? Hey, November.
Yeah, he's muted right now, but
Yeah.
can he hear us? And that's already a thing.
I kind of messed up on Deadfellows, and we didn't get any of the... Oh, that's a note for you. Make it so that the mod launcher saves my settings, so that I don't have to reset everything every time.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to do so, but that's Wojtek's job.
I might just not have installed it right. That's a definite possible... Do your job, Quiver!
Yeah, we saw November. We saw the models you added to Deadfellas.
We did, we just didn't end up playing with them because I messed up. I couldn't
Yeah,
be
but
bothered.
we went back to watch.
Would you do something? That is Tony Tuplo. You are Quiver.
I mean, sometimes the orders just mess up. Maybe just deactivate the order.
Except for the fact she's in the room, and then she's gonna, like, mess everything up. Because he's gonna hit her. Because that's my laptop.
Well, I guess you gotta hope she doesn't, because he's not gonna use this power anyway.
Better idea. We're gonna play dice. Oh wait, no, he always targets the person closest to him. That was stupid. Haha. Oh well. Oh, now you use Fool's Errand when he's unconscious. Useless.
Thank you, Quiver.
Thank you for being so utterly useless. Oh, now he's gone. Just
Quiver
run.
is strong. This does not have to be so complicated. This really doesn't. Like, Fool's Errand should just work.
It should. Oh, hey, that was worth it though. It's always nice when you see a little lady in a bath towel and shower cap running through the night on fire.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey,
we hear you.
November.
I'm at school, so I can't speak much, so if I speak, please don't speak or else your voice might get echoed.
Noted.
Okay.
So, enjoying my mod so far? You know, the things that I...
Yeah, it's really good. I'm quite like, what are you doing? Oh, it's this witch lady. It's really cool. It's a little hard on the big levels, like that one where you have to clear the police precinct and there's so many people. But on the other hand, there's so many people, there's always someone in any given room, so...
Yeah, it's interesting because we don't get to see that much content in Ghostmaster, except like once every 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really exciting to play this game and have it different.
Yeah, the mortal cap is for some reason 30 mortals, but they never actually use 30 mortals in a single level. So, for some reason, it's always at 30, but they only use 25 at max.
I bet that they had put 30 for big levels like, oh, actually, I can't imagine. But probably just to have some extra space. You are so... Actually, in this lighting, it's super weird because her body seems to be brighter than her head.
Also, yesterday you talked about there having a fourth Ghostbreaker. That's sort of true. There's an unused fourth Ghostbreaker, but whose name is called Winston Hudson, reference to the fourth black guy, but only his name and body.
So there's no model for him in the game?
No, but I did add him to the game. He uses the covered ops model.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that's nice.
Oh, wait, that means that I have to deal with 4 Ghostbreakers. That's not fun.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's closer to
not
the
in
movie.
Phantom of the Operating Room. I couldn't get the fourth Ghostbreaker to spawn there, but he will spawn in Ghostbreakers and any other level that has it. But in Phantom of the Operating Room, no, he's not gonna.
Oh, okay, good,
Okay,
because
so-
that's my next level.
So I gotta be perfectly honest with you all. I never did the last level, the downloadable one. I never did it.
Yes!
Dude,
Yes!
that gadget would do super.
What do you mean already taken? It's not already taken, it's open! Get at it! Go on it! I hate this so much because I need a hogwash.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just a bug because it's not already taken.
Is there like a hack a cheat that I can do to just unlock him?
I'm not sure. I don't think.
I don't think there is.
That's the next mod I want. Just the ability to unlock any ghost at any time. Can we get that?
Hang on, I'll have to check. Maybe Wojtek did something like that.
Also, yesterday you were saying that having 3 witches and 1 medium is bad. If you get to a full moral jacket, you're gonna have not a good time.
How
There's
many
I'm not gonna
ghost
say how much.
masters? You're not gonna tell me how many?
4 ghost breakers, 2 mediums, and 2 priests.
4 ghost breakers, 2 mediums, and 2 priests.
Oh wait, no, 3 priests if you count the shaman.
9 opponents.
I mean, it does.
in one
it-
level.
It does say New Game Plus. You gotta be experienced.
That's true.
I have played that up multiple times.
Plus on any of the Arkham games because they were stupid and over the top.
Like I said, I've tested this mod many times. Every single level is beatable multiple times. I've beaten it a bunch of times. Even the final level, it's not really that hard actually. Now for me.
I mean, really, if you drum up enough chaos, it doesn't matter how many opponents you have. It's just getting to that point. Tony, finally, you
Yeah.
got unstuck from the wall. Okay, and he's running, he's going into the main, like,
But he's already taken.
what do you
He's got a
mean?
girlfriend.
Kill this dude for me. No, you're not even gonna do that? Fine. Oh, I don't know what to do.
This is the saddest thing
I
ever.
need a hogwash. Hey, November, you didn't end up messing up any of these, right? All these levels are still, like, the ghosts aren't broken, right? It's just, I'm incompetent. That has to be it, right?
I don't think November has to mess with the game for it to bug. You know, it's Ghostmaster we're talking about.
Okay, that's true. Wait, no, you're going to the wrong one. You're not supposed to free Trish, you're supposed to free Hogwash.
Yeah, for some reason, I actually tested this, and I think Full Saren only goes to 2 of them for some reason randomly. But if you unlock Hogwash, then the mortals will not go to Hogwash's place anymore. So if you were to unlock Hogwash and Hyperkill, then you're guaranteed to get Trisha.
Okay, that's great, except for the fact that how do I unlock Hogwash? Because it won't.
That's your luck. I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it won't. Just let the game AI do it, or maybe just make it so that the mortals won't block.
Yeah, I think
block,
you.
what's his name again? I forgot, but his path. Just don't let.
I had some trouble with some ghost in this game. I think your best shot is just to relaunch the map.
Oh, is it? Okay, we're gonna relaunch the map then. Try one more time.
Maybe. Yeah, I think you better do it now before you regret putting too much effort into it for
Mhm.
nothing.
Very true. Okay, so I want Quiver. And...
Yesterday, you guys had trouble with making Grandpa Huts insane, but it's not really that hard actually. Yeah, all you gotta do is just use firepower or creepers on him.
Yeah. It's just that I'm too lazy to stun him, so...
It's actually really easy. Just use flower power or creepers on him, and then use swarm strike. That's it. He's completely insane after that. You can do it at the very start of the level. No time.
This is insane. I never knew about the protection magic thing.
The protection magic thing is the best part of this entire level.
I knew about it for a while at least.
I know. It's just you. You're the one who's out. You just need to get to the program, man. Bonfire! Burn these fools!
Now Quiver, maybe Quiver will use Fool's Errand for once.
Yeah, hopefully. He doesn't look like he's doing it now!
Right? Does it sometimes? Sometimes it doesn't. You know.
I know how I can fix this. Set something on fire!
Or maybe use Insane Invitation instead.
I could try that, but setting things on fire is my go-to solution for many problems in life, so...
Oh, but you cannot bind them outside, though. So I don't think you can bind them next to the hamster.
Why?
Is it inside or is it outside?
The hamster should be inside. He's right here. So he's technically inside, so I could put Quiver here, but I don't want everyone... Insane Invitation only really works on people who are insane already. This guy is mostly not insane.
Yeah, this is why Quiver is such a great ghost to have with like the new one, like the insane throwaway ghost girl that you love.
Oh yes, Soul Screech.
Yeah, because you can just drive anyone insane and then get them wherever you want.
That's true.
So if you want to you want to make this a little easier, here's a recommendation. Go to the glue room and then get Fool's Errand for Boo. And then Jinx, that's it. Just since Boo has Fool's Errand and Kinetic, you can basically use him to scare and also use Fool's Errand.
That's usually what I do, actually, because of the kinesis. Oh, he can't do any of his cool powers because he's connected to a pumpkin. I get it. Well, maybe you can do something fun to entertain me. Yeah.
Remember, I watched like the world record speedrun, and they actually use Quiver because he already has Quake and Fool's Errand built in.
Usually some speedruns also get strange, what's it called again, strange vision for Ghastly, because if you use strange vision on the nerds, they basically just run away immediately, gaining a bunch of plasm at the very start.
I did that. I did that on this run through. It was fun. Cause Strange Vision is like 100 gold plasm for Ghastly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also costs really not much plasm, so you can really just get a bunch of plasm very early on the level. It's really
But this is made for it. I mean, it's obviously made for it. They make you have Ghastly in the recommended, and he spawns in the middle. So this is probably like.
Oh yeah, I think it was definitely designed for him. Because the fetter is a murder fetter, and you know, it's weird that a rat trap would have a murder fetter on it normally in this game.
I mean, this is technically murder.
You could spin it that way, but like, there's a lot of stuff in this game that could have a fetter on it that doesn't. There's other rat traps that don't have murder fetters, I think.
Yeah, this is definitely made for a murder person to spawn in the middle. And when I use like the time, I think they call it time gate. I spawn other murder ghosts in the middle of these dudes.
Does it work the same way?
Yeah. He spawns in the middle.
Okay, he's running too far, he's running the wrong way, no! You waste my time. I'm gonna move all these guys out. We're gonna bind you here. Bind you here. Bind you... That should be a water fetter. I feel like there were more puddles here earlier.
To be honest, the Witchers are actually the easiest ghost hunting mortal in the game because they have such a long animation delay before actually eliminating your ghost that you can actually bench in the middle of their animation before they start, vanishing.
That's true, yeah.
Usually I don't bench though. I go all out. Whenever one of my ghosts is getting banished, I put every ghost in this room, and usually they get too scared and they go away.
The only one that's really the most dangerous is the medium because the medium does not have an animation delay. Once she touches the ghost and wants to banish it, there's no animation delay. She'll immediately go and start banishing.
Oh no, I messed it up myself this time. I'm the only one I have to blame. No! My impatience was the death of me. Okay, in the meantime, let's play with these.
It's never gonna work because when it works, you always find a way for it not to.
They want to make it easier, just scare most of the morals away except for Blair and what's his face? I forgot the guy wearing the headphone, the fat boy. I forgot his name. Yeah,
Oh, we know his name. We know him very well.
Oh yeah, remember it's Tony Topulo. Fun fact in the weird seance, you probably didn't notice, but I actually gave him his headphones on the.
You did? I didn't notice. I wish I had.
Yeah, he's wearing the headphones and everything with the HUD and also the mod. So you can't really find a trickle thing on him.
Oh, I see, okay. Hey, Blair, you want to walk into the bathroom up here? You look pretty scared. Maybe you don't want to go any further. Who knows? You might have an accident on the stairs. Don't go to the bathroom before you go downstairs. It's more convenient. It's right there. Go before the nerd gets there. Do you really want to use the bathroom after the nerd? You don't. No. Then go now. Go.
Usually I
Wrong
would
way.
If anyone goes to the bathroom, usually I would just use Trisha to scare them away using what's it called again? I forgot, but one of her moves to just get them out, or just use Chase to get them out immediately.
That's probably a good idea. I hate that he gets stuck on the stairs and please. Yes.
No, it's happening.
Yes.
Yeah! Me! I totally did it! How do I look? I didn't, make my butt look too big, did I?
So really did just have to. Oh no, this one works.
This one works.
Yeah.
Now we just have to
Yeah,
pray
I-
the other one works.
Yeah, I usually have trouble with this one too.
That gadget would do super amazing if it weren't already taken.
Oh, a dagger through my heart.
Now since you got Trisha, the only mortal left is Hawkwash. And if you use Full Saren on any mortal, including Tony, they will always go on Hawkwash. Since every other ghost is already gone, the script will only go to the Full Saren script will only go to Hawkwash at this point.
Yeah, I know.
Hey.
I just have the fact that Hogwash seems to be under the impression that this guy's head
Hey.
is taken.
Hey, HBJ, why don't you try like
It's because you have a ghost in it. If you don't have a ghost attached to Tony, he won't think that.
There's no ghost attached to Tony.
No, there is a bug. There is no ghost attached to Tony, but he thinks it's already taken. HBJ, why don't you try to remove the barrier from your ghost? Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I just jumped off. Just banished all of my haunters. So now we're gonna try one more time. There is nothing, can be nothing attached to Tony.
Nothing is attached anywhere.
Nothing is attached anywhere, so we're gonna zap him.
Yeah, I think.
Get ready, quiver. There is nothing on the map. So if he tells me there's someone on the map, he's lying.
Oh yeah. This is
Yes!
way cool. Gotta surf the lightning, dude. I'm so totally
So that was it.
Yeah, I don't know what
The map-
exactly did it. but-
Yeah, I think it's what I've been saying. I think it's the barrier that you put on your ghosts using the.
Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, yes.
Because the barrier actually was on him too, so maybe he couldn't change. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna just really quickly rebuild that barrier, by the way, because I'd rather not get banished.
So you might be wondering why I put all the weird seance and also the two sorority girls back in the in this level. It's mostly because they have tons of fears that you cannot access in Weird Seance. Most of them have fears of fire and darkness and whatnot, but in Weird Seance you can never get access to fire. So I thought I added them there in this level because in this level you can actually use fire against them. Basically, if they're fears later on.
And why did you add the 3 weird dudes?
Because I thought that you know what, I added everyone from Weird Seance, but why not add all the 3 geeks? Because at that point, I don't know, I just thought that they're the only ones left. I will not.
With their
Nice.
Oh no!
witches will be
I broke the thing!
Also, we've been talking about how cool it will be if the geeks had a different bio, like a reason for being here, you know, in their bios.
Yeah.
That I kind of sort of forgot. God dang it. I forgot to add a different bio for them. That probably, or maybe I got a little lazy because I made so much stuff, including so much custom bio. It kind of makes sense. I forgot one.
Yeah, well, that could be a cool thing to add in the future.
Yeah, well, you don't get an excuse. There is no excuse. Maybe we don't use Insane Invitation, given the witches are the only insane people on the map. I mean, for now, after this whole traumatic experience, I can imagine everyone goes insane. At least a little bit.
You're insane for sure. After what happened with the ghost that didn't want to come into the headphones.
Yep. Okay, I want to point out the witches are the only ladies down here that aren't insane yet.
I mean, in a world where ghosts exist, I don't think witches would be insane.
I don't know, I don't think you can play with, like, dark energies and not become at least a little unhinged.
For me, the best one could do to make one of the wishes insane is usually just use flower power and then swarm strike multiple times, like only 3 times or 2 would usually make Michelle or Richmond they go insane.
November, you are the physical incarnation of a strategic guide.
You really are.
Yeah, I know. I played this game so much that I've already understood most of the, if not every single mechanic, to the point where I can even make an entire map go insane with just without even not. And since you got blackout, you can just make everyone, apprehensive, and then make 1 or 2 mortals insane, and they'll get scared every time they meet an apprehensive mortal. I've had maps in Full Metal Jacket where I have so many mortals apprehensive and insane that all of them ran away without me scaring them. They scared each other.
She's gone.
This says a lot about our society.
I love the sounds of all the screaming going on. It's great. I forgot to bring a Banshee with me. That makes me sad.
A mortal that I will say that's a bit underrated is Shiver, since he has telekinetic storm, which is really good. Usually I would use it in Phantom of the Operating Room or Cuckoo's Nest because the one room on the top that they can be used with telekinetic storm and it'll hit so many people and so much people because of how big it is.
I love Shivers. I think Shivers looks awesome. This is one of the best models in the game.
He is one of the coolest. I'm gonna make you clone people.
Like, he's one of those that isn't just a dude. You know, HPJ, we were talking about this earlier, like how most of them are based on like the same kind of body shape. Yeah, but I think Shivers, he looks different.
Independent. I've always liked Lady Rose, I think. Is what
Oh, Lady Rose. I never get to use her because there is a problem with this game is that some of the ghosts that you unlock later on, you're never gonna use them.
Actually, I've used Lady Rose a lot more than I used.
Trisha?
Yeah, I use her a lot more than Trisha because she has more abilities, and she's just a more powerful ghost.
She also, for some reason, has the best looking face in the game, like the most realistic one. I'm not sure. She doesn't look blocky like any other mortal. She just looks like an actual person. Her face. Like, I'm not joking. Have you ever looked Lady Rose? Have you ever just took a look at her face? It just looks so different than any other look.
She does have probably the most realistic face. Although I have to say, looking at Flash Jordan and her original model before they decided to lop half of her face off, she has a pretty normal looking visage as well.
It seems they did originally want Flash Jordan to be immortal, but then they just decided to turn her into Ghost, and then after that they decided to change her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I would love? When I start adding scenarios in the game, I wanna, you know, HBJ, we were talking yesterday about like maybe time travel stuff. I wanna see like,
That would be fun.
I wanna see like a live version of Ghosts, but not like specifically said, you know, just you just see like you just see like a captain in the sea, and it's just Thorn, but you know it because his clothes look the same, but the game never tells you, you know.
Yeah.
Wojtek actually said that he's working on a scenario editor or scenario maker, but it's in a very limited form, so he's still working on it.
Oh yeah,
For
I
now,
know.
at least that's what he said.
So the problem with the scenarios that Wojtek is encountering is lights, actually, because the way lights are handled in the game is really weird, and he can't figure it out yet. So we can actually add maps into the game, but they would be dark, and this is not really interesting. Clearly not being able to see anything.
Yeah. That's true. We do want to be able to see the mortals that we are scaring.
Yeah.
So adding maps mean that you actually imported a map that you guys made and then into the game. What map was it? Was it from the game or was it just a custom?
We theoretically could, but I'm not quite sure how far Wojtek is yet with importing new models. I don't want to spoil too much about it, but yeah, importing models is what we're trying to do. But if we can do this, then we can import maps, but there will always be like the light problems. This is like not stored on the model. This is like scenario infos, and he doesn't really quite understand how it works yet, I think.
Also, I might have to go in like 4 or 5 more minutes because school and whatnot. Because the recess is almost over, but I can still talk before 5 minutes and stuff. Like I still have a clock here though.
Hey, November, you get some sort of accent. Can I ask where you're from?
Indonesia.
Oh. Interesting, we got people from all over the world working in this game.
I think that's one of the coolest things about the Ghostmaster community. It's one of the most widespread. It's a game from England that's popular, especially, actually, I think one of the most rabid followings seems to be the Polish following.
Yeah,
I
the
noticed
Polish.
a lot of Polish stuff.
You don't even know. Chris Bateman, the creator of the game, actually talks with the Polish community a lot.
Oh, I lost
Through
one.
Wojtek.
I got rid of a witch. I know Wojtek specifically thanked the Polish community, as well as, oh, what was it? It was, one of the, the wiki. The Polish wiki for this game is like 100 times more in depth and well edited than the English wiki. I only know that because my very rudimentary knowledge of Polish and Google Translate a lot. There's very little Polish left in my family. I know a lot of German, but not so much on the Polish front.
Well, obviously I know perfect French, but
Also, fair warning, one of the priests that I added, he's really hard to scare because he has 1% belief and 99% willpower.
You just hate me, don't you? Like, I don't know what I did to you, but I'm sorry. Please don't hate me.
He's still easy to scare if you know how to scare him, but still.
so I guess we're all on very different time zones.
Oh, yeah, it's like...
Oh yeah, it's like
6 for me. 6 a.m.
It's 3
for me
a.m.
it's like it's 9:30 p.m. 9:30 a.m. for
Huh. You got the whole day ahead of you, don't you?
Yeah, that's why yesterday I wasn't able to talk. It's because of school and whatnot. I'm literally in the middle of school right now in the bathroom because if I do it outside, people will hear me and they'll interrupt the voice chat.
I see. Ooh, she's about to run. When she gets out, how is this guy just
Well-
like totally unfazed? She's like,
I
"What a
love
haunting? I
that
don't know a haunting."
I love that anybody could just walking on you, November Man, just walking to just take a piss and hearing somebody talk about ghosts alone in the toilet.
They'd think you were a witch.
I locked the room though, the bathroom door, so no one's gonna.
No, but they can hear you.
This is literally after PR, so no one's gonna. Oh, PE, physical education, so no one's gonna come in the back.
I would think
But
the
I
time
have-
after PE would be the time when everyone comes in the bathroom.
Now this is late, so no one's really gonna bother because they'll just think that I went.
I have even more of a all day ahead of me since it's 3 a.m. here.
Wow.
Oh, that.
You
Hey,
really
he-
got
hey-
an early start.
Hey HPJ, since you're in the room, you can check on the walls.
That's what I was gonna do over there.
But yeah, it's
If I were
3 a.m. I should probably
If
go
I
to
were
sleep.
able to make my own scenario, I would probably make the most cursed level ever. Basically, the mortals are characters like, I don't know, something random, like maybe a model of Pepsi Man or something, and then the ghosts are something even more odder, just for a test or something if I were to make my first level ever scenario level.
Yeah, I think we want to go for more lore-friendly stuff before Pepsi Man.
Okay, I think I'm gonna call this here. We got through another 2 levels, and I just don't want to take on Phantom right now. So, yeah, this worked out well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might have. Before you go to Phantom, you probably know that you can actually scare Dr. Brunner away, because I showed you on Discord, and